So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you come here not because of Ricky Martin. In fact, I'm Ricky Ma from the Hong Kong Science and Technology Park. And in fact, I arrived San Francisco a few days ago. I looked at an article in a newspaper called USA Today, and they said that there are some 70,000 Americans in China, and whereas in Hong Kong, we do have about 60,000 Americans in Hong Kong. In fact, I'm not surprised to have so many Americans in China because every company talk about the China strategy. But I'm a little bit surprised that because Hong Kong is a very small, tiny city, how come we have 60,000 Americans? Because if you look at the size of Hong Kong, totally we have a land size of about 1,100 square kilometers. So 60,000 means 60 America per square kilometer. So I look at the figure and then I compare the figure with the United Census. And then I find that actually Hong Kong, we are positioned, we are ranked at the 19th position in the 50 states of America. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are coming from this 31 states in the United States, like Tennessee, New Hampshire, Texas, Washington, in fact, when you come to Hong Kong, you will see more America than you see in your home city. So I further look at the figure. In fact, USA, in fact, on average, there is about 33, 34 inhabitants per square meter, whereas Hong Kong we have about 60 Americans per square kilometer. So you may ask why, how come we have so many Americans in Hong Kong? So my presentation will tell you some of the answer. In fact, you know that Hong Kong is the financial center in Asia Pacific, and also we are the international trading hub in Asia Pacific. I'm not surprising to have a lot of the American banker, trader in Hong Kong. But if I look at the 1,100 American companies in Hong Kong, in fact, a lot of them, they are involved in the science and technology areas. So you can see that they are very exciting science and technology opportunities, not only available in Hong Kong, but also in China. So first of all, because Hong Kong is a part of China, so I will talk about the business opportunities available in China. So if you look at the China national policy, the 12th five-year plan, in fact, China, rather than to continue to export their products, China want to develop their own domestic demand, and they want to invest heavily in the green technology areas. In fact, the 7th strategic technology area, they are going to invest, including the new generation of information technology, that's the cloud computing we are talking about. And also the others are mainly involved in the new material, renewable energy, and also the environmental protection. In fact, at the moment, the total value created from this 7 strategic industry account for about 2% of the GDP in China. In fact, China want to increase the value added from this 7 industry to about 8% of the GDP by the year 2050, and also achieving 15% by year 2020. So I think to many of us, this is a very exciting opportunity, because that will mean that China will license and get a lot of the technology products from outside, from overseas, in order to achieve the objective of to become a sustainable and green economy. So at the moment, in fact, China is already emerging as the renewable energy adopter in many aspects. In fact, China has an energy policy that China wants to reduce the use of non-fossil fuel to about 15% by year to 2020. And also China plans to invest about US 1.5 trillion over the next 5 years. This is 1.5 trillion US dollars. So it's a huge opportunities. If you look at the power consumption, in fact, China have already overtaken US as the world's largest energy consumption since the year 2009. So you can see that this area, in fact, because of the industrialization, there's a huge demand for energy, and because of the China is the manufacturing engine of the world, you can see that a lot of products are produced from China. So that at the same time create a lot of the environmental problem, like the air problem, water treatment problem. So these are the opportunities available to the American companies. So you may say that how Hong Kong can help. So I'm going to talk about the advantages of why 1,100 American company they use Hong Kong as a base to tap into the exciting market in mainland China. As I mentioned that Hong Kong, we are the financial center, we are the trading hub in Asia Pacific. But very, very importantly, we have a very stringent control on the IP protection. A lot of companies, they set up their headquarters, set up their R&D center in Hong Kong because Hong Kong, in fact, we enforce the protection of IP. In fact, infringement of the IP in Hong Kong is not a simple case. It's a criminal case in Hong Kong, whereas in America, it's a civil case. So, and also the government actually enforcing it. So that's why that we do have a lot of companies like National Semiconductor, like NVIDIA, like ON Semiconductor, like Philips, they use Hong Kong as the headquarters, and they will go into the China market. And also very importantly for many of us, because a lot of us are still the salarymen, if you look at the salary income tax in Hong Kong, in fact the personal income tax, the maximum is only 15%, 15%. So for a lot of people, especially your family, they will love it because your take-home money will be better. I'm sure my wife will love it because I used to work in Australia. I have to pay 30-40% for my income tax. But when I come back to Hong Kong, the maximum I pay is only 15%. And for the corporation, the maximum tax is only 16.5%. And also Hong Kong, we do have a collaboration with the mainland China government. We call it CASPA. So it's the Hong Kong Coastal Economic Partnership Arrangement between Hong Kong and Beijing government. That means that any company, if they produce any technology or products in Hong Kong, they can import to mainland China and they don't have to pay the import tariff. So this is one of the very special benefits in Hong Kong. And also Hong Kong, before that, everyone thinks Hong Kong is about a financial center, a tourist attraction, people go there just for shopping. But since 1997, in fact, the government have already put in a lot of effort to promote different industry pillars in Hong Kong. So science and technology is one of the major focus. Government have already provided a lot of the incentive, including the setup of the Hong Kong Science Park. So when we talk about the science and technology, the first thing you will ask is whether Hong Kong is important or not. If you look at this figure, in fact, if you look at the Hong Kong plus the Pearl River Delta area, Pearl River Delta area is only about half an hour away from Hong Kong. So this area, the total R&D expenditure and also the R&D personnel, including the number of patents, in fact, compared with the other major cities in mainland China, like Shanghai, like Beijing, in fact, we are very advanced. You can say that we are a knowledge-based society. And also, you may question that whether we have sufficient talent to support the research and development. In fact, Hong Kong, we do have some very good university. For the last 15 years, we have nurtured more than 80,000 science and technology professionals. And also, because Hong Kong family actually send their children to go abroad to attend the training, like to United States, to UK, to Australia. Every year, we have about the same number of students return back to Hong Kong. So we actually, you can see that for the last 15 years, we have more than 118,000 graduates coming back to Hong Kong. So these are very experienced science and technology professionals. And also Hong Kong, we have 6 top universities. You can see that some of the universities, like the Hong Kong University, the Hong Kong Science and Technology University, and also the Chinese University, they are ranked on the top 50 position out of thousands of universities in the whole world. In fact, Hong Kong University and universities in science and technology, they are ranked number 1 and number 2. In fact, we do have a lot of famous professors coming back from Silicon Valley, coming back from other part of the world to teach and to conduct applied research in Hong Kong. And also, very importantly, we can also tap into the brain power in mainland China, because China, there's 1.3 billion people, there are so many universities, so we are allowed to employ the professional engineer to work in Hong Kong. So this is the government policy that, in fact, in 2009, we have more than 7,000 professionals from mainland China working in Hong Kong. So to give you a little bit more about the opportunities available in Hong Kong, in fact, Hong Kong, we have some very unique model, because we are part of mainland China. So we have what we call the Hong Kong Tail River Delta business model. Hong Kong is a knowledge-based society. As I mentioned, that we are a knowledge, we are international city, and then across the border, which is only about half an hour from the Hong Kong Science Park, we have what we call the most affordable land and workforce from mainland China. You can enjoy a more knowledge-based society, high-value activity conducted in Hong Kong. But for mass production, for engineering support, then you can leverage the resources, the benefits in mainland China. This is a very unique in the whole world. And of course, I mentioned that there are mainland energy and environmental agenda, which provide a lot of opportunities for us. And also, we have the support of a world-class researcher from the Hong Kong University. So just to give you some idea on how Hong Kong government will help American company come to Hong Kong to grab the opportunity. In fact, Hong Kong Science Park, we have a vision. Our vision is to transform the innovation and technological advancement into value creation that will not only benefit Hong Kong and mainland China, but also the whole world. So this is our mission. And we have a mission that we want to propel Hong Kong towards a world-class hub for very selected technology, because we cannot be good at everything. So we select some of the technology which we think that we could provide the maximum benefits to companies located in Hong Kong. And we provide the facility, the services, and also a dynamic environment that will enable companies to nurture their idea, innovate, and develop. So this is our mission. And in fact, we are what we call the quasi-government organization. We are not a profit-making organization. We are totally funded by the government. And we have a Hong Kong Science Park, which is targeted for applied research and development and also commercialization. For basic research, we would like to leave it to universities so that they can conduct the basic research. But we are more focused on applied research so that you can commercialize your products or services in a very short period of time. And at the moment, the Hong Kong Science Park, we have about 350 technology companies doing applied research and development. About 40% of them are from overseas, and majority of them are from the United States, and they are followed by European countries. And we also have a building in Kowloon side, in the city center, we call the Inno Center. And this is the hub for the designer, because we want to power technology with design, because technology nowadays alone is not enough. Because, for example, my daughter, when she buy a mobile phone, mobile devices, she will not look at the component, the technology inside. She will look at the design, the color, whether the mobile phone can match her handbag or not. So we look at the design aspect. So that building, we have the designer from all over the world to help the technology company to design the product, look at the ergonomic design, aesthetic design, and also the building design. And we also manage 3 industrial estates. We provide land so that the companies, they can set up their high-end manufacturing operation in Hong Kong. For example, Google, they could have a data center located in Hong Kong to look after the whole Asia-Pacific market. We used to have this, Motorola, they have the research center located in Hong Kong. So we are not only providing the office space, but we also provide the business supporting facility, like the conferencing, like the exhibition facility. And this is what we call the Golden Egg. Inside the Golden Egg actually is the auditorium like this. And we call it Golden Egg because we think that Hong Kong is the Golden Egg of mainland China. So the chicken laid the Golden Egg in Hong Kong, so this is the Golden Egg. And as I mentioned that we only focus on some selected technology areas. Actually, we focus on 5 technology areas: electronics and semiconductor, information technology and communication, green technology, environmental technology, and biotech, and precision engineering. And on each technology area, because these are very broad technology areas, so we select some of the very niche areas, subsector on the technology which we want to provide more services, more support. On the ICT area, we focus on RFID. Ladies and gentlemen, when you come to Hong Kong, when you get your baggage at the airport, you will find that your baggage will have a RFID tag. In fact, Hong Kong Airport is the first airport in the whole world using RFID. And when you come to the city, when you travel, in fact, everyone is using a smart card called Octopus. So you don't have to pay the cash. You can even go to the convenience store to buy the newspaper using that RFID tag. So we are looking at how to use RFID for different type of business application. For example, on supply chain management, on logistics, on cost border control, on food safety, and also on anti-counterfeiting, healthcare. So these are different type of application technology we want to further develop using the RFID. And on electronic, we want to focus on IC design for mobile devices because we also think that the mobile devices like the mobile phone, smartphone, tablet PC, iPad, this sort of thing will be the future for the next few years. So we will focus the IC design for those areas. On the green tech, basically we cover 4 technology areas: LED, which is we think that because we have quite a large number of leading LED manufacturers located in Hong Kong, like the Cree from America, Osram from Germany, Philips from Europe. They have the R&D head office located in Hong Kong, and also about 40% of the China LED production capacity actually located within half an hour from the Hong Kong Science Park. The other area is the thin film photovoltaic. We have invested quite a lot to promote the thin film photovoltaic technology because Hong Kong, like the other big city in New York, in Tokyo, we have a lot of high rises. So we don't have sufficient land to build the power plant using the crystallized photovoltaic. But we are thinking that if we can integrate the building with the thin film photovoltaic, we call it BIPV, building integrated photovoltaic together, then every building will be able to generate sufficient energy, and also we targeted for zero carbon emission. So this is the technology, the directive we are going for. And also we will look at the environmental engineering. As I mentioned that across the border, we have the manufacturing engine of the whole world. There are a lot of air pollution, water treatment. So there will be a lot of opportunities available for us. Building energy management, and that's the another area. We also look at the biotech and the other technologies. In fact, the reason we focus on 5 technology areas is because on each technology area, we also provide the research and development equipment. For example, on semiconductor, in fact, we have the EDA Development Support Center, we have the Poke and Test Center, we have the Failure Analysis Laboratory, we have the Reliability Laboratory. So a small company, for example, any one of you want to set up your own company, you are welcome to come to Hong Kong, join the Science Park. Because when you come to the park, you can find that if you are working in the semiconductor area, all the equipment, for example, Intel have, basically we also have it in the Science Park. But also, the good thing is, maybe for Intel, you have to travel travel to different locations, but in the Science Park, all within 15 minutes walking distance. And then the small company, they can behave like a big boy. Because of what the big boy have, we also provide a shared facility. And the good thing is they don't have to invest in the capital equipment. It's all available there, and they don't have to worry about the space, the maintenance costs, and also to upgrade those equipment. It's all available. And we even have about 100 engineers that will provide the operating services, supporting services for them. So at the end of the day, a lot of companies, they can develop a new product, new technology to the market in a very speedy manner at a very competitive price. Because a lot of capital or depreciation, they don't have to worry about that. For company, they're using our equipment, we only charge them for the actual expenses. So that means we take away the capital investment. They only pay for the actual expenses that they incur. So that area, we have invested more than $30 million just to buy the equipment for the semiconductor. On the other area, like the photovoltaic, we have invested similar $30 million to set up the thin film photovoltaic pilot line in Hong Kong. And also we provide the value-added services, like the incubation services. If you are a young technology startup, we provide a 3-year services. When you come to the park, you don't have to pay the rent, and also every year we give you roughly about 200,000 Hong Kong dollars, so that you can use the money to do the R&D and also to do the marketing and promotion for your product. And we also provide the technical support. You can leverage the facility at the Science Park and also the resources available at 6 local universities. You can also tap into the brain power of the professor to have some joint research and development program. And we also conduct a lot of seminar conferences so that the company, they can exchange the ideas, share the experience, and form a cluster together. And we also help them to find the potential technology and business partner. We even provide the fundraising services. We help them, for example, to find the angel and also corporate investor. And very importantly, in fact, the government also provide quite a lot of the funding support. For small technology startup, in fact, when you do the R&D in Hong Kong, you are able to get roughly about $500,000 funding from the government. The good thing is the government will not take any share from you. So this is the kind of support. But for more major R&D projects, in fact, the funding could be up to a couple $1,000,000. And also we have Applied Research Institute. We call it the Hong Kong Applied Science and Technology Research Institute. I think a lot of you are from Taiwan. In fact, that one is similar to the ICHI in Taiwan. So we have about 600 researchers. And what we do is, if you have a joint research project, for example, 10 million, in fact, the organization only have to contribute 10%. And 90% of the funding will be provided by the government. And then after the research, then the IP, you have to open it to the general public. But then if you want to own your own IP, then you can only just contribute about 50%. And then 50% will be from the government. And then at the end of the day, you could own the IP. So this is some sort of the industry and the government collaboration which we could provide in Hong Kong. So this is the Hong Kong Science Park. We developed the park in 3 phases, phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Phase 1 and phase 2 have been completed, and basically all the buildings are fully occupied. And we have about 350 companies employing roughly about 8,000 professional engineers working there. And now we are embarking the development of phase 3. And then the first building will be ready by the year 2013, and then the last building will be completed by year 2016. And if you look at it carefully, in fact, this is the photo of the science park. In fact, the whole piece of land we came from sea. This is the beautiful Tolo Harbor, at the back is the mountain. We would say that it is a very good, it provides you a very good environment because we have the longest promenade. In fact, you can walk from here to the China border, and then next to the promenade is the cycling track. You can cycle from there to the border as well. And then on the left-hand side is the highway to the city and also to mainland China. It's only take about half an hour to mainland China and roughly about 20 minutes to the city center in Kowloon and half an hour to the financial center in Hong Kong. And also from the airport, when you come to the park, it's only take about 35 minutes. So we say that this is a very good, very unique location in Hong Kong. So this is the phase 2 of the science park. And as I mentioned that we want to focus, promote the green technology. In fact, we are building some green building, and this building we just completed in June this year. And this will be the prototype for us to develop the further buildings in phase 3. And this building we have already obtained the platinum beam and LEED standard. So that means that we are making use of a lot of the renewable energy, like the wind turbine, like the photovoltaic, natural sunlight, some environmental friendly material. So this is the building. So for phase 3, in fact, this is a good deal because phase 3, we want to target that phase 3 will be the site, the living laboratory, we call that. So if you are working in the green tech area, you are welcome to talk to us because we are looking for technology, looking for latest practice of a green building. So some of the technology maybe could be useful for us to implement in our phase 3 development. And we want to provide phase 3 as a catalyst to develop Hong Kong and Pearl River Delta area as the hub of clean tech. That's the idea that we are targeting for. So this is some of the artist impression of our phase 3 development. And because of the time, I would like to conclude my presentation here. Thank you very much.